My name is Jesse Davis, host of the Penthouse Podcast, where I interview a lot of my longtime friends, some of the members of my club, and some of Wilmington's finest people. I am so excited to do this show, and I hope you will tune in. Thank you. What's up, guys?
Hey, babe.
Hello.
Mwah.
What's up, Ben?
Hey, Jesse.
Good to see you. Good. Wow, okay, so.
Here, squeeze on through. Squeeze on. God.
All these things. All right, yes, finally. Kelly Beatty, Ben Shaw. Yes, welcome, guys. I literally just drove from from the airport. My phone is dead. My watch is dead. Everything is dead. So I am all yours. So I'm excited. So let's get our drink.
I know. I've been tracking your travels.
Kelly is one of the very few people that I share my location with for a few reasons. She definitely is an honorable, loyal friend that doesn't throw people under the bus. So I'm grateful for that relationship that we have. I love her husband, Travis. He's awesome.
I know. Well, at least tonight showed your dedication of being here, since you were literally in Rhode Island just a few hours
Just
ago.
like 2 hours ago. So yeah,
This is impressive.
I went to surprise my grandmother for Mother's Day. So she's going to be 87 in July, and the summer's kicking up, and I don't know if I'll be able to get up there for any length of time. So Saturday, I had this microdermabrasion stuff, so I couldn't go to work on Friday and Saturday because my face looked scary. So I was like, I'll just go out of town and hide for a couple weeks. Thank you. It's getting there. But are y'all comfortable? Everybody's got their mics good?
I think we're good.
So cheers, y'all.
Oh,
Welcome to the Penthouse Podcast. Yes.
I'm excited.
So
Me.
I'm a little windblown, you know. Of course, I get like the freaks to sit next to all the time. Big old
on
butt
the
crack
airline?
sticking out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, people see me coming and they're like, yes, hopefully he sits next to me. He's small, he's quiet, I'm like the one you want to like be squeezed in somewhere with, you know.
But that never happens.
Yeah,
That's
not with me. It's
person
the opposite.
that
They
never
see me coming
sits
like, yeah, I hope
next
he
to
sit
you.
next to me. I hope he's I'm like, yes, it's me. Let's go.
Now,
But-
are you a window or you an aisle?
It depends. It
Ooh.
depends if I'm with a friend or if I'm by myself. If I'm by myself, I don't mind the window because I just kind of want to like be smushed in there, and I don't have to like take 15 bathroom breaks, and so I don't really get up a lot. Once I'm there, I'm kind of seated.
I know that's the only thing. If you travel with just two people and you fly like economy or whatever, and it's 3 seats, one of you has to take the middle. It's
Yes.
like
I don't. This time I flew up there, and I had the middle both trips, and this was the first time I went to see the Hot Flashes play at Greenfield Lake.
Oh, yeah.
On Saturday, they did a great show. So I was the driver. I was the DD. So I knew that I had a
Really?
5 o'clock flight. So I was like, if I drive, I won't drink. So the little trick of the trade for me was to put me DD because I will not drink if I'm driving. It's definitely a big
I don't know
no-no.
if I trust that.
Yeah, Tracy and Andy were like,
That's impressive.
they were like, Jesse, are you sure you're driving? They're like, you're not gonna have a drink? I was like, no, I'm gonna like go have like a White Claw or like, you know, try to just be an adult. And I can't fly hungover anymore. I cannot do it. I can't. It's brutal.
It's
like,
the most
coming back
tragic
from your wedding, I
thing.
had one of those seizures. Like I literally, I'm so dehydrated, and you like rush to get there, and you stop, and you're like sweat pouring, and like I'm just like.
I remember seeing you while you were exiting the hotel to go to the ferry, and I said, "Oh no, this is blessed. This is going to be
15 days in Mexico."
horrific travel home
I do
for
wanna-
Jesse."
Oh, go ahead.
I was like literally
working.
Googling at your wedding as we were at. I was literally Googling if there was an IV station in the Cancun airport because I was like, if so,
Oh
I'm
my
just going
God.
to it. I was dying.
I do want to get on that because you have a product that's really you've had for a long time, but we're going to get to
I
that.
know. Should we
But,
do some
Kelly
introductions?
is my co-host for this one. I know she knows Ben very well. Ben and I, we were together, but not together. But we went to Kelly's and Travis's wedding. That was the most amazing wedding I've ever been to, and it was so much fun. And so that's kind of like, actually Ben's one of my OGs. Like you joined the Penthouse when we first opened.
Yeah, it's one of the original members.
So he is, you're part of the 100 Club, I call it.
Ooh.
Ooh. So, but yeah, so I met all of you basically through this place at some point or the other. I mean, do you remember how we met? Do you remember how we met? Exactly how? Who it was? Or?
I don't know. We have so many mutual
friends.
friends that I don't know. And then I just know me and you, Matt, and we
sort of
we
hit it off.
Yeah.
So Kelly and I are here today to introduce Ben Shaw. So Ben is a local downtown celebrity, if you will.
Yes.
He's an entrepreneur. He's a very intelligent, handsome man. So, so Ben, tell us about yourself. Where are you from? Tell us your story.
Originally from Ohio, like a bunch of us down here, transplant. Originally moved down here in 2002. So Wilmington is quite a bit different since when I moved here. I moved around a little bit, and then I have lived and worked in downtown since 2008. I've done a handful of different things, did a lot of work in the bar industry, downtown, consulting, bartending, running them, sold Happy Hour Vitamins, which is one of my companies, which is a hangover supplement company I sell on Amazon. It was just basically an idea I came up with.
I don't know why I don't have that here, like for sale. We should definitely do something with that.
I can
up
get
here.
you some. I give you something to give away.
I wouldn't mind you selling it up here. People get hungover.
And literally, it was
kidding.
an idea. Yes, people definitely get hungover.
People
up
like
here.
wake up a lot of mornings. I know they're like, "Fucking Jesse, damn it, got me again."
Yeah.
I hear that pretty often. I'm like, "No, you showed up here drunk already. It's
Yeah.
not my fault."
and you just pushed them
I
over
just
the edge.
I
Pushed
just
them
pushed
over
it
the
over the
edge.
edge.
And Ben is here to cure those hangovers.
So
with
yeah,
Happy
so
Hour
tell us about the
Vitamins.
product and how's it doing.
So basically, this was an idea I came up with. I was looking for a different business idea and stumbled upon the idea of a
Okay.
multivitamin for people
Should I
to
take
drink.
one now?
You
Yeah, if
have to
you're-
take it now. It does not work the next day.
It'll
I
help the next day, but ideally you want to get it in your
promise.
system before
Can I
while
open
you're
it?
drinking. Yeah, you go ahead and
Okay,
open it.
okay.
You keep that one.
All
So
right.
basically, it preps the body for all the negatives of alcohol. So it's a multivitamin formulated for people to drink. Has stuff. We burn up a lot of B vitamins when we
Take
drink.
two of them.
Yep. We burn up a lot of B vitamins when we drink. So
Chasing it with vodka.
yeah,
Yeah. I think that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Is that what it is?
I mean, ideally water, but whatever.
I can
And
swallow anything without water. I mean, you know what I mean. Go ahead.
so B vitamins has stuff for overall liver support. Milk thistle is a big one. It's known for liver support. Has a few things in there specifically for the toxins from alcohol.
So
Yeah.
milk thistle's definitely like I hear that all the time.
Yes.
Like, it should be part of my regimen. It's not, but milk thistle. What are some other supplements you can use for that?
Has prickly pear cactus extract, which has been shown to help with hangovers in some studies. Also has cysteine in it, which helps with your body break down some of the toxins from alcohol. Basically, when I launched it, it was multivitamin for people that drink to help with deficiencies that you come up with related to drinking. A lot of people that drink are deficient in B vitamins, have some other issues. This was something you take every day, would help with overall deficiencies, but would help with hangovers.
Just like an IV kind of in a capsule.
A little bit. It's kind of similar to a banana bag, is what some people call.
I used to wear one of those in Myrtle Beach.
I don't think it's quite the same one,
Just
but
kidding.
Maybe two different bananas.
yeah.
They call it the.
I mean, it's probably somewhat the same in
But you usually
spirit.
need the
they
other
call
one
it a
if you're wearing
banana.
the
What do they
one.
call it? The banana hammock.
Banana
Banana
hammock.
hammock.
Banana hammock. Yes, yes.
Every whether you're straight or gay, every husband or boyfriend should keep one of those just for a little frill every now and again.
Right?
Just to
In
swing it
Myrtle
around.
Beach.
Myrtle Beach. They
I
sell
mean,
'em.
it's very appropriate for Myrtle Beach.
Just that one you throw it every now and again. You're like, hey, Travis, throw this on for the night. Yeah.
Yeah. Can only imagine.
Oh my God, we need to drink more for these conversations. But no, so yeah, it's really this has been what 10 years in the making, probably.
I've actually launched it over 12 years ago.
Okay.
I've done it with a lot of different things. For the most part, now I just sell them in the bottles and sell them primarily on Amazon.
Awesome.
Everybody, Amazon, it's pretty easy
What's
to buy.
the new one?
easy-
Timu.
So where were you working at here in Wilmington when you started Happy Hour?
So at that time, I was doing consulting for bars and restaurants. I helped them with
Okay.
inventory. And at that time, I would have been, I think I was because I bartended always at multiple places at the time. I think I was bartending and
Poorhouse?
running the Cellar and River Rat and Goodfellas at the
That's
time.
what I was
Oh,
like. I
wow.
was like, were you at River Rat and Goodfellas? And you're like, ooh, these people need help the next
Yes.
day.
Well, that was part of the thing. I was literally looking at a product for myself. Like I'd known what
Right.
I'd taken, other bartenders I knew had taken, And I was like, I think I got an idea. So I basically reached out to manufacturers like, hey, if I want to get a supplement made, what do I need to do? And most of them blew me off was because I was just some guy with an idea.
Yep.
And eventually I got talking to one, and he's like, well, what you do is you need to come up with a formula. We give you a quote. And so I kind of threw together a formula, and then they ended up getting me in contact with a chemist who basically created the formula.
To patent the whole.
Well, yeah, like to come up with a product. So basically, they gave me the formula, they gave me a quote, got it manufactured, it was domestic manufacturer, and then got the product, showed up at my house like a little pallet. I was like, oh, we're going to try to sell this. And over the years, I've kind of tweaked the formula a little bit, talking to a couple friends of mine or doctors, just some different things. But basically, it's preps your body for the negatives of alcohol. One of our big things is giving away
Find out
samples.
tomorrow.
Yeah, big thing is giving away samples, let people try it, because that's the big thing. Doesn't work. But, I've had quite a few customers for quite a few years. People that's ordered from me for 10 years. I haven't talked to them in a little while. I had my favorite customer of all time, Mr. Young. Mr. Young was an older gentleman who would literally call my cell phone.
This wasn't Tom.
That's like when the old school ordering style.
Yes, old school ordering style. And this was, and he had ordered from me, like from the beginning. I have no idea how he found me. Really nice guy. This is an older guy. And he apparently done pretty well in life, because I either shipped to like South Florida, the Poconos, or Aspen, Colorado, depending on the time of year where he was at. And it was always like, hey, Ben, can you get those here by this weekend? I got a big weekend for a lady friend of myself. And after a while, I've talked to him a couple times a year for years. And I was like, Mr. Young, how's life treating you? And he's like, well, Ben, I think at that time he was 75, 76 years old. And he's like, well, Ben, when you're like 76-year-old, you play golf with your buddies all the time. Life's treating you pretty well. And this dude was hammering happy hour vitamins and always had a lady friend every time he'd reach out to me. And so, unfortunately, I never got I was like, I want to meet this guy because obviously he's got the secret to life. Like, this dude's got to figure it out. Like,
those happy hour vitamins.
Sure, yes, I'd love to have him for an endorsement. But it was more one of those, like, this dude's obviously got the secret of life. If I'm mailing to either South Florida, the Poconos, or Aspen, and he's always got his lady friend.
I need to get to
I was
know
also
him a
kind of
little bit
curious.
better.
I'm like, what other pills are you taking?
Yeah.
Are you a blue pill?
The Viagra, the.
Obviously he's got some.
Got to keep that thing hard all the time.
This guy obviously had to figure it out. This guy obviously had to figure it out.
70-year-olds. Some guys at that age can still get it up pretty good. There's a lot of people that don't need all those things. I'm almost 70, and I've never.
Almost 70. Almost 70.
I feel like it today.
You feel like it some days, right?
I actually was very behaved on this trip. I was with my friend, his husband. My Nana. I stayed with a friend of mine and his partner. I did not stay with Nana. Nana needs her space. She's a very private person. She likes to be alone at night. My aunt's taking care of her. My aunt was mowing her grass today. They have a John Deere. She has a huge piece of property on the river in Rhode Island. Really, Little Compton, if you've ever heard of it. It's really fancy, nice part of Massachusetts on the water. It's very coastal. It's very it's like here in a way, but just north. Mm-hmm. It's very more New England. It's still old school.
It's beautiful up there. I've never
it's
been
very,
to Rhode
very
Island.
pretty. Well, we'll have to do that at some point.
I know we do.
Newport's incredible. You've heard Newport. The Biltmore. They have all the houses on Ocean Drive there. The same family that built the Biltmore in Asheville.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Marble
before.
House.
My sister-in-law, she had a work trip and she showed me.
The Breakers
gorgeous.
is like the one. The Breakers is that's the dream.
That's my spot.
It is amazing. Well, that's the other Breakers.
Yeah.
I guess
Yes,
is it the same
Breakers.
the same concept? I don't know if they didn't build that one in
it's-
West Palm, did they? Too?
I think they're both like the Vanderbilts or
Must be.
Biltmores, or they did them. The Vanderbilts, I
beautiful.
think. I don't know.
The Breakers, Marble
history
House,
person,
and I can't remember the other one, but there's it's cool. You go right down Ocean Drive. I think Taylor Swift has a house out there. It's cool, but it's very pretty. It's very old school, old money. But I love going up there. I literally I left Sunday morning at 5:30 in the morning, got there at 9. Spent some time with my family and my cousins
For
and
Mother's Day.
surprised my grandmother for Mother's Day. That was cool. but she's getting older, and the cousins were there. My aunt was there. There was a lot going on when I got there, and then I was like, I don't like the way this one went. Like, I want to come back and just spend some quality time with her. So I did that today, and it was nice. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, right before I left.
And
squeezed in Nana's.
Maybe Nana needs some of these happy hour vitamins.
Nana wouldn't be opposed. She's never really been a big drinker, but I'd love to get Nana drunk.
Homeboy was living life.
My other Nana, my dad's mom, now Nana Lou, was off the charts. Like, she'd throw back a margarita in 2 seconds. I mean, she lived to be 99 years old too. So I did. I saw my uncle who I hadn't seen him forever. He's 84, my dad's brother. I did visit my father's grave, so I went up there and cleaned that up because it's sort of nobody's there to do it anymore. Everybody's old or dead or moved or so. Yeah, and this weather today, I'm literally this morning at 5 o'clock watching what's Roker? Al Roker? Is that the guy?
Roker?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Al Roker. So he's like
does
doing
the
the morning
weather,
news,
yeah.
and usually I'm going to bed at that time. I'm not usually like.
No.
I went to bed the last 2 nights
I
at
was
9
a little
p.m.
surprised when you texted me this morning that you were getting on the
I also ate a
flight.
ton of those edibles that they have up there
I
because it's
said,
recreational
"Ooh, Jesse,
in
you must have gotten some
Massachusetts.
rest last night."
I did. I got plenty of sleep, but I ate a ton of weed edibles, and
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But you know what? I'm like trying to talk to family, and I'm like, "Bleh." They didn't know I was eating all those gummies, but it's recreational there. You literally go into a store. It's kind of like it's getting here. Like you can go into
so much fun.
You get to pick different kinds and all these different strands, and they're like, oh, it's just cut a week early, so it's the same, but it's not. But that's just North Carolina taxing the shit out of what.
Yeah, I don't
drugs
know
and
as
alcohol.
much. I know Ben is like, he knows a lot about.
Regulations. And
Yeah, and
Of
like
course.
weed
So-
gummies and the psilocybin gummies and everything else.
I love
like,
a good gummy. You just don't want to eat too much.
and I know that like we were talking about too, it's like one of the bigger bar trends right now is like all the
Non-alcoholic.
Delta 8 and Delta 9 seltzers.
We sell the high seltzer here. That's
And,
Anthony
yeah, the high
Police. He's been
seltzers
the
and
rep.
my husband Travis and I were out the other day and they were sold out of them at one of the beach bars. And
Travis,
so,
I got one back there if you want one.
And so we like they're becoming so popular
I
because
don't
we
know
were
if they
talking
do it
about
for me.
how
I mean,
like
as far as
there's
getting
that.
a buzz, I just.
That like everyone's getting like more sober curious and like mocktails are a huge thing on menus now and like
Elixirs.
all and yeah the elixir or aptogen drinks and stuff and
N.A.
yeah
Tequila is another one.
I did all
Leslie's
that when
been
I was
drinking that.
pregnant and I'm past that now.
Yeah, I bet.
But,
You're like, hang that up. I'm good.
That has
But-
been a big trend, though. You're getting a lot more.
Yes.
Now I'm curious how it's going to work out for the bar industry because I've spent over 20 years in the bar industry. Is what you're seeing is younger people because you think like when, Brand, you're 70, but when we were like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like how much we binge drank, partied,
still.
raged. You don't see that as much with like 21-year-olds
Did you see
anymore.
Kelly at Cinco de Mayo?
Unfortunately, no, I did not.
I was like, whoa, what just
Not
came in here? I was
this-
not even there yet.
When?
You came with your
No, I didn't come for Cinco de
Mayo.
Mayo.
Sister-in-law.
Oh no, that was the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, that's what you missed Cinco de Mayo.
I was already
yeah.
at a.
Oh,
Leave me alone.
Yeah, that was it. Wow, I hadn't seen Kelly like that in a couple of years. She was in Kelly Penny mode that day.
Old school.
It used to be
I know.
called a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it used to be called a
well,
Tuesday.
Kentucky Derby, we do it every year up here. It's very minimal. We don't have a lot of people. It's the same exact people. I'm so grateful to have them every year. It's the same. They come from Charleston. Mom and Shirley's here. I got Chad and Melissa. She couldn't make it this year. She was sick. His girlfriend. But it's the TV is small. It's not a big place. I mean, but we
Yeah,
have
but we had a good time.
We have a blast. Tim's Watts. He joined the club about a year ago. He sponsored all the food from Circa for it, so that was fun. And so we had and everybody wear the hats, and Caroline was at the door helping, and so I can't miss those kind of parties. They're very penthouse driven. Like I can't miss a Kentucky Derby party up here. People are like, "Are you gonna do an Oscar party?" I'm like, "Now you're pushing it." Like that's like those Hollywood people now are it's getting weird.
Yeah.
It's getting really weird over there. I loved it when I lived there, but I think it's a whole different place now than if I went back there now, I'd be in shock.
I feel the Kentucky Derby parties are more the vibe that you
It
go
is.
for
It
here.
is the vibe. It is. So actually,
Hat and
Ben. So if you could
dresses.
go backwards. So if we could go into your latest and greatest, like you started the Eagles Dare with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
That was like your biggest one, like recently. That was the. So tell us about Eagles Dare. What's going on with that? you're gonna slap me in the forehead, but I still have not made it over there yet.
That's all right.
Joe,
I mean,
I'm sorry, I'm getting there. I always drive by there and it's packed all the time.
So that was kind of how I got involved in that. So
I saw that gas station. I knew it had potential. I sat there
right.
for a minute and I was like, I had my eyes on it for real. I really did. And I was like, oh, because I love that concept with the garage doors that open. You can kind of, I mean, a lot of people have sort of taken on that and transformed. It's like churches. It's like garages. It's like they're becoming like
Taking, like, these
conceptual
old
ideas. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
buildings that are dilapidated but like have some historical value down here, and they've turned them into something really cool, which is great for
so cool what you did over there.
downtown.
well, I didn't do a lot of the heavy lifting. Joe did that.
Yes.
So how it kind of came about is we have a local commercial realtor friend who reached out to Joe and he was like, "Hey, got this space. Why don't you take a look at it?" Joe would always ask me to come give my opinion, just since I'd been around downtown a lot and thing. And I was like, "We're looking at
That
it." I was like,
happens often, right, with you?
Yeah. A lot of people always ask.
Hey,
A lot of people
yeah,
ask me.
yeah.
Yeah, people ask me like their thoughts and stuff. And the thing was funny. I was like, I used to live behind here, and my old roommate and I would walk by here because I mean it sat vacant for like 10
It's
years.
been there a long time. Yeah.
There was some different things that happened. The rumor I have heard at one point there was a car wash in there that didn't really wash cars.
They were probably
They did
selling
have like a
drugs or
hot
something.
tub. Yes, they were. I think they were commodities traders. I think there was a hot tub and a stripper pole in the back, is what we've been told.
Sounds like
Commodity
And it was
traders.
more
I
their
like
more their
that.
business was late
I
night.
still love the cheetah. I mean,
And
I still love going there.
so we looked at the space. Joe was looking at it, and he's like, I was helping him with like kind of pitch deck for investors, business plan. He's like, what do you think? You want to be involved? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I did 20 years in the bar industry. Didn't really want to have a desire to own one. After working with it, kind of worked out in a great arrangement where I kind of work as, kind of advisor, and that he's the one that does like kind of the main work, and it's it's his baby. And that and it's been good. It's been an interesting project. We're kind of a little bit of an event space. We have the Free Concert Friday going on right now.
Great.
So every Friday we do a parking lot party. We work with sponsors to help offset the costs so we can keep it free because, in general, Marina Grill, they just announced that they were going to charge a cover for their concerts because it just costs a lot of money. You're bringing
Did
in.
you see the eye roll there? Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry to bring up.
No, it's okay.
Sorry to
No,
bring
no,
up
it's
the
fine.
yacht club.
No, it's going good. I'm really happy for them. Like I saw the plate. That place just wasn't the right timing for me.
Oh,
It's
I'm
good to
sure.
see something else in there. Tequila looks really cool. I love what they've done with the place. I've been in there a couple times.
Yeah, I've eaten there a few times,
I
and
wish they'd stay open later.
Yeah.
Be nicer than I went there
I'm
at 10
glad
o'clock
like
the night it was
something's
closed.
in there, and and I guess they're doing the concerts or whatever. I'm glad Eagles Air's doing the free concerts
That's
or whatever too,
awesome,
because
'cause right
when
there
they
on
were
the
doing
strip,
it on
too.
the riverfront, the one like in front of the courthouse on there, that was so great and so popular, and then it kind of went away as they were doing the renovations and stuff, and then it was kind of like maybe the city didn't have like a huge desire to bring that back and do it.
So that was kind of where we kind of came in, where they didn't. Basically, they couldn't figure out how to bring it back. To get the permission to use a space downtown.
A different space.
Yeah. And it was in that, if I understand
Travis
properly.
refrigerator.
If I understand properly, there's issues because that land where they used to always do it is actually federal property.
Which one?
Like in front of the federal courthouse.
Okay.
You know where the fountain is at?
Yes.
You just did a photo shoot, I think.
Oh, that's
there.
fun.
Yeah, so they used to do it there, so you would sit
Yeah.
on the steps. It was a little bit of a chokehold, like
Oh wait!
down
Oh,
there.
the Friday was the sunset
Yeah,
celebration.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that
And
was
they'd
so
have
much
like the
fun.
cover bands
Yeah.
and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
and then
And-
when they
And
renovated
then
the
they moved it
river.
over here to that.
Yeah,
hot mess
and then
over
it
there.
kind of just like
Fizzled out.
COVID fizzled,
Yeah, and it
and
fizzled
so
out. And that's where we kind of looked at it as an opportunity to do it again. And like right now, we're working with the local United Way chapter.
Cool.
So they're like our charity beneficiary for it. And it's been fun. We got last weekend. Unfortunately, we had rain. We had Nirvana, which is like a Nirvana tribute, and they were like awkwardly real, like spot on, like on their sound and that. Like especially we had it in the back room, so it's like an old garage, so it kind of felt really grungish.
It felt like the
Yeah.
MTV Unplugged.
It was kind of weird seeing like the kids that were definitely born after Nirvana was done, like just into it,
Oh, I
like
bet.
going to town. This weekend should be interesting. We have a Creed tribute band.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
And then after that, we have...
Take me high.
Exactly. And then after that, we have Signal Fire.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
Oh, call
so,
in. Call in.
Yeah, so that should be a big
I'm
one.
trying to get Colin up here to play. He's like,
Oh, you
whatever
should.
you want. I'm like, well, we've been saying
You
whenever
should
you
have
want.
him on the podcast.
I'll have Colin up here somewhere. Love you, Colin. He's the best. KT's buddy. But no, Colin, yeah, they're really good. I mean, they play out at
Greenfield Lake, I
no,
think.
the one a lot the
Real Cafe.
out
Palm
to-
Room?
No. God, my brain. You know, I'm
7 Mile Post.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, bingo. It's the 7. They play out there a lot. But,
Okay.
I mean, my stage is so small, and I had that same thing with the hot flashes. They have 8 people in their band. I was like, how am I going to get 8 people up here? Like, we barely
Yeah,
get 3
I
of us.
sang up here one night, and it was one of the most embarrassing things I think I've ever
I
done.
think you sang at the Kentucky Derby too.
No, I
You
did
don't
not.
remember that probably.
I
But
do
I'm gonna let
remember.
you guys talk a little bit. I'm gonna make us fresh us up some drinks, and why don't you quiz this one a little bit and see what she's got?
About
Kristen.
what?
How about motherhood?
Oh, God,
Motherhood.
no.
Cool, mom.
I get to talk about this all day long.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Well, all right.
I think we ought to, we could touch on the adventure of Mexico.
Ooh, we
Okay.
could talk about that.
Okay.
Especially if you're going to be gone, because we have a lot to say about you.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all. All right, so let's preface this. So Kelly and Travis got married. I went for Victoria's 40th birthday a week before the wedding, so I stayed in Cancun with my whole
It was
friend
an
group over there.
extended vacation.
And then so it turns out I wasn't supposed to have this 3 or 4 day break in between, but I was like, I'm not gonna go all the way back home, then come back again. So then my friend Kirsten from the mountains, she used to be the chef at 1900 back in the day. So Kirsten flew in. I actually drove a car in Mexico to go pick her up at the airport, and then we went down to Tulum for a couple of days. So then we did that, and then yours was at Isla Mujeres. So I was like, okay, this a whole time we're on this boat, me and Victoria and Tracy and Jamie and all of us, and we're partying. We're like rented this big yacht for the day. And I'm like looking at this hotel privileges where we stayed. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that's where I was going to be for a week. So I'm out there on this boat, and I'm like, oh, we never even got on the land that day. But no, so little did I know that I'd be going on it. You set it up. You did it good.
No.
You and Travis did take care of
Well,
everybody.
Jesse
You really did
thought,
a good
like,
job at organizing
he
all
could
that.
just like leave where he's at and like drive to Isla Mujeres, and
I
then
didn't
he
know I was getting
realized
on, like, a jet boat
it
and
was
fly
like on an
across the
island.
water.
He was like got to his hotel. It was like the Westin in Cancun or something like that. And he was like, "Wait, I just can't like get to Isla." And I was like, "No, you have to take a ferry. It's an island out in the ocean. You can't just like take a car." And so he's like, well, how do I get there? And so I was like, well, we're going to need to purchase you a ferry ticket. And you're going to need to take a car to the ferry and get on it, cross over the water, and come to the island. And so we did that. And obviously, Ben here officiated mine and Travis's wedding. So not only owner of Happy Hour Vitamins, bar consultant and everything, but also wedding officiant.
That's the only one I've done. And like I said, you guys have to put up with each other forever.
Yes.
Which, I mean, you have to deal with Travis, unfortunately.
It was a fun wedding for all of us, though.
The thing that was funny is you didn't give me really much in the way of guidance on how exactly to do everything. I think you sent me a very generic script, and I was like, this
I
doesn't-
probably pulled it off of like Google.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it would have been
And, like,
today, it would have been...
edited it.
If it had been today, you would have just had me chat GPT it.
And edited it just enough to like make it seem like maybe I wrote it, but not.
Tito's or tequila?
Are you talking to me or...
Either one of you.
I'm fine with Tito. I mean, I'm fine with either, but just go ahead and give me some Tito's.
And the thing is, like, too, like, professionally, I write a lot of stuff and speak for a living, but when it comes to my own stuff, I'm like, I can't put the energy in for this. Like, who's already done this and made it sound really good?
You are like the highlight of the week. You're the officiate. Like, you're like front and center. You gotta be like, know what the hell you're doing. And this big wedding that you had with everybody from Wilmington that was there. It was like, what was that? What was it? 200 people?
No, 50.
50? Well, it felt like 200.
It felt like 200
I mean,
days.
standing up there, it felt like 200 people. I mean, I don't know. It felt like so much more than that.
Well, it was literally probably because it was like in the middle of COVID, and I did not think that anyone was going to travel for a wedding. So I was like, I'm going to invite all these people. No one's going to come. And then
Everybody came.
And then everybody came because
Everybody's ready for
They say
to
for
get the hell out.
destination weddings, only 50% of the people that you invite will come, typically statistically. And then for like regular weddings, like 80% will come that are like local. Oh, we had like 85 to 90% come because I think like our friends were just like, get me out to like at that point. Like we're ready to go and do something,
Spread our
and you've
wings and
invited me
fly.
to Mexico. I will be there.
Oh
So-
yeah, 100%. Because we were starting to get past a lot of the restrictions, and a lot of people were getting more comfortable with traveling and everything else. So I think everybody had the itch to get out there. And plus, the average attendee of your wedding was a little bit more of a partier. So I think the opportunity to go to
think?
Mexico
Ben.
really, they were gonna jump on that one.
And then
I love Mexico.
and
I was
not
just there
a
for my
single
birthday.
person
Oh, we know you did,
disappointed.
Jesse.
I love Mexico. I have a very fine appreciation for
Mexico
Mexican
loves
culture.
I,
Yes.
I just remember looking at you probably about the third night, and I was like, Jesse, I'm exhausted watching
Oh,
you.
I know.
I don't know how. I mean, it was impressive.
Oh.
So we always end the podcast with our
Ooh.
traditional penthouse shots.
What is the penthouse shot, Jesse?
It's Tito's, and more Tito's.
So it's just chilled
I-
Tito's. So it's
I-
chilled Tito's.
Jesse, I feel like this penthouse shot has like evolved over time.
Is there,
Like it went from
is there
hot
anything
pink
mixed
to
with this?
blush to like now it's white. Now I don't know.
Is there anything mixed with
Did you
this?
say that on camera?
Jesse?
It went with what? Wait, she said it went from. All right.
It used to be called
So
a wet
I
pussy
literally
shot.
bitch at the bartenders all the time because, look, they come and go around here. I get it. People go to college. They get better jobs. It's all good. It's just part of the whole thing. I've dealt with it. I'm sure it's partly me. I'm okay with that.
I left my phone on the bar up here on Kentucky Derby, and
But
I
you
got it
back.
back.
See, that is one thing I'm
And-
proud of around here.
And there was so many selfies of your two bartenders.
Good,
They
good.
took a
That-
bunch
I
of
think
pictures.
Yeah, and I
should.
was like, I said, who are these cuties on my phone?
Trouble and trouble.
Yes,
two and
they
three.
are.
So cheers to the future of downtown.
Yes, downtown.
Cheers.
We love it.
To Remax.
Thriving.
She said it's evolved to like just being white. So only because, all right, it used to piss me off because I'd be like, guys, it's literally 2 vodkas, simply lemonade, and a splash of cranberry. That's the penthouse shot.
That's what made
It was originally
clean.
called the panty dropper, and I did
I
not
thought
want
it was
old
called the
ladies
wet
screaming
pussy.
across the bar. I want a panty dropper. I was like, we're changing the name. That's it.
The names changed, the colors changed.
When I hear like Mama Penthouse screaming for some panty droppers, I'm like, okay, we're going to name it and now it's like the Penthouse Pour. It's like that means like I want like a double without paying for a double. So look, I'm giving away all the secrets right now. Whatever. But so anyway, so now I've told them I'm like, okay, the Troublemaker. That's the legendary cocktail around here. It's raspberry vodka, Tito's, fresh lemonade. Shake the hell out of it. And it's in a tall glass, and it's like this much vodka, this much lemonade. That's it.
well, it's good every time.
Yeah.
Regardless.
So now I'm just like, you know what? I'm over all the extra juice. I
no
mean,
matter what it's called, what color it is.
Whatever.
it's
You don't
still-
want to waste the time with mixer.
still
Let's just
delicious.
do
nobody
straight
wants
liquor.
that no more. Well, it's even gotten so crazy that like back in the day when it came to a vodka martini or a gin martini, it was extra dry, bone dry. It was that all had to do with vermouth. Really, at the end of the day. Do you want it shaken? Do you want it stirred? Some people look down at when you shake certain alcohol because it bruises it. And there are 3,000 different ways to make a margarita, to make an old fashioned, and it's like that's not the way it's supposed to be made. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, what?
Right.
Give me a break. Like, I mean, what Outback Steakhouse did you go to? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else to tell you. It's
No,
so
but you're
frustrating.
kind
I'm
of
like,
you're kind of right.
I've seen. Oh, look, big cubes, small cubes, no cherries. Let's burn it up. You know, let's scorch
I
it.
remember when I used to bartend a long time ago, I would be over there like by like the point of sale system with like my phone, like Googling how to make like shit that people would ask for. So it's like, I want like a white zombie or like just some stupid shit that no one ever asked for, and I'd be like,
But what
I
happened to
would
the
be
days
over
of
there like
Madras
Googling
and
on my
Babers
phone.
and Seabreeze and Cape Cods? Those were like what
Tried
the
and
foundation
true.
of-
It's interesting to see
A
how like
Cosmo,
it's
tried and
evolved.
true.
But now they say vodka soda, splash of this. So they basically
You're like,
tell you how they want
thank
their drinks
God.
made.
Because like when I first started, one of the funny ones I always tell people is like when I first started bartending, Red Bull wasn't around, which is a weird
gives
thing
you
to think about.
wings.
But I mean, like how like the industry had changed. Like one of our popular drinks at one of the clubs I used to work with was was a damn fish bowl with a
Oh.
glow stick in it, and it was like
Not
super
Red
popular.
Dog.
Before
Dogs.
the palm room. What was before?
No, Red Dogs.
No, no,
Red
this
Dogs,
was
Red
at
Dogs,
Hammer
yeah.
Jacks downtown.
And it was
Yeah,
like,
they had the
oh
big
my
fish
God,
and
Hammer
everybody had
Jacks.
straws.
Oh,
That
so
was
yeah,
way
I
before
remember.
COVID.
Like, so I don't know how long they did it, but when I first moved down here, Red Dogs used to do the like fish bowl that was like the size
It
of
was
a
like
small
neon
car tire.
blue.
And
Oh,
it was,
Like, this
I
cannot
think it was
be
like,
good
literally
for
it was
you.
like $80,
All
which
that
back in the
blue
day,
carousel. Whoa.
Yes.
God.
which also too, I think this was back in the day, 20 years ago, and it was like $80. And it was like 3 bottles of like
Everybody's
rock
lips
gut
are
liquor,
sucking all over them
like
straws.
rock
Yes.
gut
They're
liquor.
sharing it
This
all.
is how, honestly, original COVID or whatever.
Yeah, this is how,
STDs,
like, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Nobody
it's
spit
just
a
like,
head off of
yeah,
a
I mean,
rat.
it's just-
Somebody
Yeah.
at the beach
Yeah.
shared their
Plus, it was
straws.
at Red Dog,
Yes.
so you probably need to get a penicillin shot
my
afterwards.
gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
Back in the
pills,
day.
orange pills.
Whew.
Hey, if there's a pill that cures it.
Well, we've
yeah.
lived all through it. We've lived it,
Oh.
and we.
But now the
we've
kids are
survived.
doing it. I call them the kids, but like my bartenders now are in
Yes.
their 20s, and it's good because
They're cute.
I love them. They're great, girls, guys, whatever. The thing about the key to it, what I learned is we just don't hang out with them. I love you, boys and girls, but we cannot be partying together. I am twice your age. I can be your parent. But no, it's good because that's where you can kind of give direction. Because when you hire your friends, as you know, that sometimes can be
Ooh,
difficult.
Yeah.
messy.
It really is. It's unfortunate because you want to be able to. Well, I kind of take that back because there's a sense of it that you want to be able to trust your friends
Yeah.
with the money and giving away things and drinking themselves and there's a 20 for you, there's a 20 for me. You've seen the biggest thing we catch on the camera was when somebody would order 3 martinis. It would be $36. This is back when they were $12. And somebody would give them a $50 bill and they put the whole 50 in the tip jar. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, you know what? That's how you can
Yeah,
bust 'em.
and they never ring
And then,
him
but
in.
they wouldn't say nothing. But the rest of the night, they didn't steal a single thing. It was like they made that was like their.
I
little-
feel like that's very prevalent in the
Oh, I'm watching y'all. I know,
bar
I know.
and restaurant industry.
Well,
What
that's
for
one of
you
the
and
reasons I did an
would
inventory
manage,
business
yeah.
for 15 years.
to make sure nobody's pinching off the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
not too
Tom.
bad.
What was the guest tab you did, or you told the bartender, like, don't you guys usually have like a guest tab? Or
A spill tab or
Yeah,
like,
usually you have like a spill tab or a comp tab.
or
where you're
comp
like,
tab.
it's
That's
like-
understandable.
so
Yeah,
if
but
it-
you
Yeah, but it's
record
like
it.
two or-
Yeah, you record
You
it.
record
It still
it
goes
though.
into
It's
the-
like
the
inventory.
regulars feel like they're getting a hookup.
Yes. Yes.
So they still feel well, and you know what? I tell them too. I'm like, if somebody's spending money, Travis, you spend a lot of money up here, and I love you for that. Thank you. But like, every now and then, I'm like, well, give them a round, or whoever it is.
Yeah.
But bring it in, like, I mean, but I don't want them to feel like every time they come up here, they're just being taken advantage. I want them to feel like throw the drink, give them a round of shots. I mean, but there's a way of doing it that is business savvy. That's also keeping
Correct.
Them, you want to keep them here. You want to keep them coming back. You don't want them to leave with a bad taste in their mouth. And that's why,
Pun intended.
yeah. Depends on any pineapple juice today or what.
right.
But the thing is like with that door person, I love them. I put a lot of trust in the door because they're the first person you see, and then they're the last person you see when they leave. So if they're an asshole when they walk in, or they're an asshole when they leave, it just ruins. No matter what happens in between, doesn't matter. As soon as I walked in, but I'm like, you guys, the person downstairs at that door is not here to be your friend. He's here to make sure this place is safe, to make sure the people that are coming up here are paying to be members and not just slipping through the cracks. They're not here to be your friend. They're here to protect me and my members and my friends. I mean, and to make sure the building's not going to get on my ass for letting anybody in here. So there's all kinds of reasons for them, and I don't want a bulldog at the door. I'm not looking for somebody that's going to like bark at somebody every time they walk in or make them feel uncomfortable.
You have good people.
I do want them to be like a welcoming committee, like welcome to the penthouse. Like make them feel welcome, but also make sure they're up to date on their dues. You know what I mean? Pay your dues, bitches. But it's the beauty of having a private club is that after that law passed that that was more for public facilities. Like this concept was never meant to be whatever law was passed or whatever, because the concept was supposed to be like it's not a country club, it's not Soho House, it's not this or that, but the building is a private office building. So
yeah, because you used to sell just solely alcohol or whatever and not be private club.
What's whatever?
Or and not be a private club, but now if you're not
Well,
selling food or
like,
whatever, they want you to
what was the one
classify
place
as
that
a
didn't make it
club
through
and
COVID?
get a membership.
What was the place down the street that didn't make it?
Blue Post?
The piano bar, Tails.
Tails.
So they literally it was you pay $1 to come in because they didn't serve food at some point. So you'd have to you had to pay. Even Misha, so all of it. Bees.
Yeah,
they used to have the
Blue
membership law.
Post,
So you had this thing that they got-
everyone that
people were
didn't
like,
serve
"Oh,
food
actual,
had to
like,
do
private
that. Yeah.
club.
Yeah, Ben
This
gets up
morning-
and rides his bike 800 miles in the morning.
A Peloton.
No,
No, actual bike,
Oh, like a
around.
Well, today
town.
was
Do you have the
Today
strap
was-
on? The
today was
strap-on
yoga.
shoes? Yoga. I need some more yoga in my life.
You do.
Well, it's been great having you on today. Before we cut out, I want you to plug your businesses, plug your where's the pills?
over there. It's Happy Hour Vitamins.
Okay.
Just search for them on Amazon.
Sponsored by Happy Hour Vitamins today.
Search for them on Amazon.com.
They
Happy
do
Hour
work.
Vitamins.
I can
Try them out.
attest.
Yes. And then also check out the Eagles Dare downtown, 3rd and Red Cross. Old service station renovated. We have free concert Friday for the rest of the summer.
We gotta get Joe up here at some point too. That'd be
I
fun.
know. I thought about
Maybe you
that.
should be the co-host for Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be,
That'd be fun. And I know.
He wears that crazy cowboy get up.
Oh God, actually, me and Joe, I see him more on Oleander Drive because we're usually going to. I spot his Land Rover out
Yeah.
because I have a Land Rover but it's a unique looking one.
His is old school.
It's like a green color.
Yeah.
So but we're usually going for supplies. I mean, that's usually. So the other day I saw him at the light. I hit the window. I was like, "You going to Harris Teeter?" He's like, "No, I'm going to Whole Foods." I was like, "Oh, sorry." Whole Foods is a little out of my price range. But no, so yeah, we're always running to get up here. The thing about it is limes, lemons.
I was
all
gonna
the
say
things.
limes.
It's just killing me with this parking and the elevator and we keep a running list. If I'm not bartending, how the hell do I know what we have back there? So I try to tell them if they drop the ball and don't keep a list of what we need. It's embarrassing. You can't run out of cranberry
Call
juice.
'em
in the
out.
bar.
Call 'em
Well, I
out.
fucking do. or I fire them. That's why I, can't keep people around more than a month. But no, Troy's been around for a while. Leslie's been around. I've known Leslie since we were kids, but she's been helping. But they all have other jobs. I mean, understand we're only open 4 nights a week. We tried to open on Sunday. We did the Cinco de Mayo thing, and we had Tara Nicole. It was my first drag show that I've had up here. Since then,
I
she was
know.
great. So Tara and Malaysia was awesome.
I didn't feel well from the
she did
day
the
before, so I
splits
couldn't
off
make
the
it.
floor. So kudos to those girls. They did a good job. But Sundays I've realized now it's my one day off that I really can
Enjoy
just-
it. Make
I
it
don't have
about
to
you.
return a phone call. I don't have to return a text. Because in the South, people still say, it's Sunday. They'll call you tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I'm holding on to that. And yes, it is a lucrative revenue stream on Sundays for Sunday Fun Day, I think, if you want to dedicate yourself. But if I open those floodgates, we got to do it. I honor my hours. If we're going to be open, Sunday, Mondays, no.
Stick to the 4 days you have.
Yeah.
You're good.
I
Focus
go
on
hard.
those.
Wednesday to Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
on
it.
the
You
bar,
need
I'm in the windowsill, I'm on
that Lord's Day. You need that
Yeah.
day of
Yeah, you
rest.
do.
a lot more than rest. I need to pray. I need to
Probably go to
meditate.
confession.
I gotta stretch. I gotta eat. But
Speaking of eating,
yeah, so we're gonna go eat. So thank you guys for watching, for listening. Penthouse.podcast, Instagram. We got YouTube or Spotify. Do you want to plug the Airbnbs? Should we throw it out there? Come on. Let's get
No.
Travis some business over there.
I don't know how.
Business.
I
Okay.
don't know how you could really point to them.
I know. I was like,
Plug Morgan Beatty Group Real Estate.
Yeah, Morgan Beatty Group Real Estate. if
Morgan
you're looking
Beatty
in
Group Real
Wilmington.
Estate.
well, you'll have them on maybe.
We're gonna have them on. They're coming up in June or July. So watch.
Oh my
We'll
God!
have-
Well, thank you so much for having
You're welcome.
me
Thank you for
and
taking the
helping.
time in your busy schedules to come up here.
Love you.
Ben.
Oh, brother.
Love you, girl. So that's a wrap. Thank you.
That's right.